Hello, guys. I believe you're doing great and doing well. So, today I'm going to be telling you a story. So, it's a story time, and I would advise that you get your popcorn, probably with juice or with any water or anything you would prefer to eat your popcorn with. Anyways, moving straight to the point. Um, this happened some long time ago though. It happens that I've been craving for egusi soup. If you don't know what egusi soup is, I would put the picture somewhere so that you can see and know what egusi soup looks like for those who doesn't know what it is. And for some weird reason, I've just not been able to make some because I've actually been quite busy with a whole lot at that time. But luckily for me that day, I had quite a few free time. So I'm like, okay, let me what? Make this egusi that I've been craving. Nice, right? So I went ahead, made the egusi soup, very yummy by the way. And I think I paired it with, I can't remember what I paired it with, probably with poundo or gari, either of both, or sharp swallow. So I ate my poundo and my egusi soup with all satisfaction, and it was so lovely. And there's something about me that I can actually eat. Okay, it's not as if I eat a lot actually, but you won't be able to tell that I've eaten except when I take anything fluid, water, juice, whatnot. So when I finished eating, I probably took water or juice. I can't remember exactly what I took, or probably both. So my tummy was a bit protruding. And since I already ate, and I'm like, okay, let me just stroll around and not feel that heaviness that I was feeling at the time. And I also wanted to get something around, like a few groceries around in a store nearby me. So I stood up and started heading out for my mini walk. So I was few minutes away from, now I already took the walk. I was a bit like now relaxed, but my tongue was still a little bit protruding. So I sighted a brother from afar as I was almost close to the grocery store where I wanted to get a few things at. So I thought it was just like going to just walk past me and everybody will just mind their business. But you people will not believe what happened. So he moved, so we walked a bit closer, only for him to hello, and I'm like, hi. So I was about to proceed with where I was going. You people will not believe the next thing that I heard from this said brother. The next thing I'll hear from him was, you look pregnant. I'm like, no, it can't be. I can't be hearing well right now. Wow. I didn't quite understand. First, you do not know me. I believe so. And even if you know me, what business of yours is it if I was or if I wasn't? It actually took Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and God the Father for me not to throw some punches. I'm just joking. But really, it was actually very upsetting I didn't even know how to act. I didn't know how to react to that. Then I looked at him and I was like, how do you mean? He's like, yes, you look pregnant. He actually repeated it. And I'm like, okay. So I believe you're the father, right? And then he's like, no. I'm like, so if you're not the father, how would you now come to me? I don't think you know me from anywhere. So why would you be asking me or saying I look pregnant? How is it your business? And I could tell he already knew that he messed up. I'm like, you don't do that. You don't just walk up to people and the first thing you're asking or saying to them is you look pregnant. Like, how does that make sense though? Then it was like, he didn't mean it that way, I believe. He was trying to be funny. So I just left it because I didn't want to be going back and forth and I wasn't just in the mood anymore. Like, I just left the situation. I was just walking. I was just gingerly walking towards my grocery store to get whatever it is I wanted to get at the time. So I noticed it was also still like was walking beside me. And I started a bit of a conversation. Oh, do you stay around? I'm like, really, I don't think I want to speak right now because sincerely I didn't understand why you would look at me and say that to my face, and I don't even get it. It seemed very rude. And I also didn't want to be rude to you because I believe that maybe it's just not, maybe he didn't understand that whatever it is that he did or said really did not make any sense at all. So I wasn't really just in the mood to actually converse or say anything. I was just like, I want to get something here. Do have a great day. Bye. Stay blessed and all that. So I just discharged him, as I said, then went straight to the grocery store where I wanted to get something. So as I was entering the grocery store, I met another person. He was like, oh, hello. I'm like, hi. That's not what people are thinking. And this time around, the guy acknowledged. I was like, oh, you look good. I'm like, oh, thank you. At least in my head, I'm like, somebody is saying that I look good. I'm not pregnant this time. It was actually quite funny. So I was like, oh, thank you. Do you want to get something? I'm like, yes. So I got the things I wanted to get. I think he came around to get some things. So by the time we finished it, so we actually met at the counter. We probably paid for whatever it is that we got, and then I was like, oh, would you like that I drop you to where you're going? I'm like, where I'm actually going is not far because I stay very close by. I'm like, oh, then we started conversing. So I believe the first guy, the one I talked about the first time, was still hanging around. I think maybe still wanted to have a conversation. I don't know, but he shall stay hanging around. So I cited him, he cited me too. But now I'm not someone. So I think Sense told him that, okay, now you cannot come and meet me anymore because obviously I am with someone. You don't now know who this person meets. It might actually be my person, but I'm just meeting the guy for the first time, by the way. Anyways, so while I was still talking to the new guy now, I now like made mention about what the first guy did. I was like, oh no, you don't do that. I'm like, oh, at least somebody else understand that doesn't make any form of sense. And what I'm actually trying to bring up from this is that you don't just meet someone and assume whatever it is, maybe pregnancy or maybe sickness. If the person is not opening their mouth to tell you, okay, this is what I'm going through, and if you're not asking from a genuine place, and I don't even think that you should ask anyone what they don't want to tell you at that point. If they feel comfortable to tell you, okay, oh, I'm expecting you, good, all fine, then you congratulate them and keep it moving. And if they are not ready to tell you whatever it is that they are going through, just keep them in your prayers and keep it moving. You don't need to ply into anybody's life or trying to poke nose into what is really not your business, to be honest. And then just to point to what the first guy did, it could just be any random person out there that is probably married and probably expecting, or probably just went through a miscarriage or something. So you saying that to that person, what do you think that would do? Like, it just really doesn't make any sense. And I want to believe that the person now has sense, because I put him in my prayers. Because most of the time, if people do things to me and I don't like it, other than just go at you with full force, I would rather just say a word of prayer, because I believe that maybe your level of understanding at that point is not is not it. So I would rather just put you in my prayers and let God help you however way He wants to. So that being said, and also I want to also like admonish each and every one of us that you don't base your life on whatever it is that people think or say about you, because what should matter to you is how God sees you and what God states and says that you are. That is exactly who you are. And whatever any other person says, or good or bad, just do not hold that so much at heart, because you just want to hold on to what God's, all His promises and whatever it is that He says, not what someone out there says, be it good or bad, so that you don't eventually get yourself hurt when they don't feel that way anymore, or when somebody you truly genuinely know or honor do something that you really do not like, or say something that you really do not like. Already you know that. Put them in your prayers, by the way, because I don't think that anybody in their right or sane mind should do some certain things. So if you feel that someone is doing something or saying something that you really do not like, my advice to you is to put them in your prayers, because it might just be that they don't understand or know what they're doing. And even if they do or understand what they're doing, still keep them in your prayers. So that is my story time. That is my story moment. And I hope you enjoy my rants or story, or whatever it is. But sincerely, it just shows that some people lack emotional intelligence, and it's actually really funny and not funny as well, because that statement that they might ruin a whole lot if said to probably someone else, or someone that is actually in that situation. Maybe somebody that just miscarried or is pregnant, or maybe doesn't even want anybody to know that she's pregnant at that point, but you now come and say what they did not send you. Anyways, that being said, I just thought to share this and to let us know that sometimes it's just good to keep whatever thoughts or whatever it is that you want to say to yourself, if the other party hasn't acknowledged it yet, or acknowledged or told you about it. It would just be nice that you would keep your unsolicited advice to you're safe. Thank you for listening to my story, and if you enjoy this, to let me know. And if you want me to film more stories, do also let me know. I sincerely and genuinely love you. Stay blessed. Bye.